3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Texas Longhorn, their rookie quarterback.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. Seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now a first carry here for their running back. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Right back to him on first down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 84 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight.
And the Raiders have got him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean reins to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. On now is the Titans punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 23 carries, 97 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They'll set up a throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You talk about this Titan defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Titans' 12-yard line.
Back to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Titans offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their second possession. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis. So to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That one goes for 30 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Looking to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
You look at this Raiders defense.
We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
Clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
This defense for the Titans, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return, and it'll be Titan football.
The Titans offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's off to a fast start throwing the football. Pretty good numbers already for just the first quarter of play.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
2nd and 9.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Slot man moves right.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's the pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Tennessee offense set to go again. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
The Titans at 500 at 6-6. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And some room to work. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give them a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They'll try and run for it.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal, Tennessee.
They're going to look to throw. Being chased out left. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Titans have taken the lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. and that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now a deep one for Johnston. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Now the ball comes loose. And one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. To the sideline and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen...
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. 30-yard line, 2nd and 12. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They'll set up to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack to move him to 3rd and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
This time they stay on the ground. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Short throw caught by Bowers. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Now back to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. He'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And able to get this to the 31. Here's a 2nd and 8. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
He'll try again.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
They'll look to throw here.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
On play action, they'll throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
The Titans offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far.
Out to his left. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 17-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Back to throw here. And the Raiders have got him. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. On now is the Titans punter, standing just outside his own goal line. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again.
Pass complete right side to Bowers.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's another Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That's to Bowers once again.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
They'll look to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown.
Quentin Johnston,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL,
and he will get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful, and the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
Well, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those three wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 36 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Back to throw. And it's a Titans touchdown.
Chigokoko,
his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
and the Titans get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Raiders offense ready to go.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
They'll set up a throw. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Titans are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raiders heading out to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2nd and 3.
INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw.
That is caught.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Brock Bowers.
31 yards.
And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And they'll indeed take a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Tennessee, they move back over 500.